Luther does it all, but did you know you can do it all? At home?
I just sold my car.
On your phone?
I just got pre-approved.
I just scheduled an oil change.
Whenever, wherever.
I just bought a new car.
Anything and everything, whenever and wherever. LutherAuto.com. You can do it all.
In life, we all need a little help to reach our summit. Whatever your summit looks like, it's easier to reach when your body is strong and healthy. At Summit Orthopedics, our team of highly specialized physicians listens to and values every one of our patients. We take a conservative approach to care to get you back to your healthy and active lifestyle. Reach your summit. Summit Orthopedics. Visit summitortho.com to make an appointment today.
All right, game number 3 coming your way here from Dakota Arena. Jeff Pappas joined by Olivia King. I'm super happy to have you here. And this is our Youth Hockey Hub newest media celebrity, podcaster extraordinaire, goaltender. Hiya!
Oh, thank you, Jeff. I'm super excited to be here.
When you look at this matchup, Shakopee and Moorhead, what do you see?
Well, I'm definitely excited for a good game today. I mean, they both won their games yesterday. Moorhead beat Cretin 4-3, and Shakopee beat Pryor like 6-2, so I think we're going to come out here and we're going to have a really good game on our hands.
All right, to our left in goal for Shakopee, Nicholas Hewson. 9-2 on the season, 14 goals, 234 shots, goals against 1.28, 94% save percentage, and 2 shutouts. And for Moorhead, Will Arnold, he's gone almost all the way for the Spuds. 8-1, 18 goals on 158 shots. Goals against is 2.16, 88.6 save percentage, and he has 1 shutout. Shakopee is in the black. They'll work left to right as we call the first period for you, and it's glad to say we after 6 games by myself. So this is, well, not by myself. Justin's been here. So it's not like I'm totally alone, and we're underway. And Mickelson feeds it over to the far side. Brandon Mickelson, who scored the you got to see it to believe it goal yesterday. Now a centering pass from Max Cullen goes all the way through to the far side. Shakopee breaks out to center. Tristan Wasson-Gesso now picked up by Landon Hugh and played in as the bodies are starting to fly already here. And now picked out at center by Steinhoff and dropped back into the Shakopee zone. Landon Hugh will go back behind the goal and now feeds the circle on the far side. At center ice, it's played across for Wasson-Gesso, and he tips it deep into the zone. And getting there first for Moorhead, Zach Devig. Clearing around on the boards, it comes out to center ice, and now here comes Max Cullen over the line, but it dribbles off his stick. Centers it, point-blank shot from Bergeson, and that's turned away. As Moorhead buzzing here, Mickelson tried to throw it across. Wasson-Gesso was able to knock it off to the boards on the near side, and it winds up out of play after 56 seconds.
Moorhead was really able to get some shots off there and just keep hammering at the net. I feel like we did see that a lot yesterday. And Max Cullen is such a great player. And I spoke with him after the game yesterday. He had a lot of great things to say about playing for his dad, which is very exciting.
2 goals yesterday for Max Cullen. They're without Joey Cullen again today. 20 points worth. And now at center ice, here's Cole Davis. Playing it into the zone for Shakopee, and now into the circle. Shoots, save made, rebound on the backside. Winds up whipped around to the near point, and here's Jackson Johnson shooting. Floating score! Johnson took the shot, and I don't know if it went off somebody or not, but it was a knuckleball, and Shakopee has the lead.
Wow, that was a crazy shot. I feel like he kind of just threw that one on net, and it went right under Arnold's armpit. And it was just kind of a fluttering goal. Those can honestly be really tough to see for a goaltender.
Now, as the goaltender yourself, what goes through your head after that? It's early in the game. You just allowed kind of a flukish goal. What do you have to? What's on your mind?
I think you really have to just reset, breathe, and reset, and look forward to the next almost full game that you have to play. I mean, it is just 1-0 here, so there's a lot of game left.
All right, and the only assist going to Gavin White on that goal. Johnson from White, 113. Shock lead for Shakopee. Maybe, maybe not. Sabres 9-2 and have certainly earned their spot in the state rankings. Played back behind the net. Houston sets it up in the near corner. Now up the wing for Davis for Shakopee, and they come back. They have 2-on-2 with a trailer over the line, and a pass to that trailing player. Fails to connect. Dylan Schmitz now back behind the goal. Here's Will Cullen. A weak pass is picked off along the boards and turned back by Sawyer. No real way to goal there, but now they come off the wall, and it's trapped against the post by the goaltender Arnold, and we get a face-off.
Shakopee's doing a great job of getting shots on net and really crashing the net here. Arnold was just able to get a good save and really push up on that post.
Face-off coming again to the right of the Moorhead goal. Shakopee up 1-0. And now they're pressing there along the board. Schmitz plays it down the wall, picked up there by Brady Steffen. Now turned back in deep by the Sabres, and Mickelson goes back into the corner. Such a good puck mover as he now stops and comes out the near side. Draws the forechecker and banks off to the other side. Long pass to center ice for Seamus Campbell. And now played on in by George Arnold, who had a big game last night, an effective game, not so much on the score sheet, but just by physical presence. Now played back down, and Campbell after it, but getting there first, Jackson Tollenan for Shakopee to the far side, Sawyer, and he tips it on in and heads for the bench as they get a line change. Now Nathan Heilman, 29, looking to center, and it's tipped behind the goal by Cooper Siegert. 18 points worth of forward at this point in the season, and now it's played all the way back into the Shakopee zone, and Houston clears around to the far side. And Siegert after it. Now coming in is Steinhoff. He's taken in against the boards by Herman, and Moorhead gets possession. They come out the near wall. And like it's nailed to his stick, Campbell played it down, and now finally picked up by Siegert and carried out to center. He's over the line. Siegert leaves a drop for Wasson Gesso. Back to Siegert behind the net, comes around the near side, looking to shoot, poked away at the last moment by Zach Zimmerman. Now it winds up in the near corner, and the Sabres will go after it and gain possession. And that would be Krotokville in the corner. Now they try to come out with it, and Moorhead up the wall. Herman plays it to center and back deep into the Shakopee zone. A race for it there, and Zimmerman just not able to catch up. 13:15 to go, 3:45 gone in the first, 1-0 for Shakopee.
I will say I do love to watch this Shakopee goalie tonight, especially. I feel like he's coming out of the net, and he is able to play those pucks, look super confident, and that can really change the game for a high school team.
Well, we'll see how he reacts. He's got a goal up now. And will face off to the left of the Moorhead goal, and it's going to be picked up along the boards and played behind the net finally. For Moorhead, Mickelson goes to the corner and up the boards and out. And right back in as the Sabres tag up. Now Mickelson plays it behind the goal to the far side for Steffen. A long pass to center ice, and now carrying on, Max Cullen over the line, puts on the brakes, and then goes down the wall for Zimmerman. Into the corner, coming in to help him out is Bergeson. And now in front, a drop pass there to the right points, bouncing. And finally it comes out to center ice. And Shakopee down the far wing. Here's Cole Davis chasing after it, but the defenseman gets there first on that side. And now played around behind the net. Mickelson, that's not Mickelson, that's Max Cullen in the corner chasing after it. That's Mickelson behind the goal. And he will stop for a look. Now feeds Zimmerman on the near side, and the Spuds come to center. A giveaway there. Max Cullen comes into the zone, but it's picked up there by White. Saves the day for Shakopee for the moment. Now the puck down on the boards, and a decleater there thrown against Zimmerman. Now it comes in front, and Max Cullen, and it puts it off the defenseman's skate up the slot, and then a shot wide by Steffen. As Moorhead's buzzing now. Here's Corton feeding the near circle. Bergeson shooting, and that's over the top. Long rebound picked up by Steffen on the right. Now the high slot, and here's Bergeson on the near side. Puts it into the middle, and Zimmerman centers. It comes right back to him. Zimmerman circling. He comes to the left point, to the high slot, works to his right. Now top of the circle on the goaltender's left. He centers it, comes back up the slot. Here's a shot, save made, and a rebound off Steffen's shot is cleared all the way down the ice.
Wow, this first line for Moorhead is really relentless, and they're able to get caught in that offensive zone quite a bit and just kind of putting Shakopee on their heels there for a second.
And now out to center ice it comes. It's picked up there by Evan Warner and played into the zone. Warner down the right, gets past two Sabres, comes down to the goal line, centers up the slot, bouncing puck picked up, and the Sabres come back, and they have a chance for an odd man rush, but they can't control. It comes to the blue line. It's brought in offside, so they have to tag up, and they do. And now here's Warner back for Moorhead. Over the line, and he dumps it to the goaltender's right. Comes off the inboards, and Will Cullen now picked up there by Steinhoff, and he plays it. That's going to get all the way down the ice, and that will be icing on the Sabres with 10:55 left in the first. So Shakopee with the early goal and some momentum, but it's hard to hold this Moorhead team back for any length of time.
I will say we've spent a lot of time in the offensive zone with Moorhead for the past few minutes here, so hopefully they can get a few good chances.
All right, behind the goal, and now fed over to Steinhoff on the left. Plays it out to center, and that gets between the skates of Kachukville, and it winds up going all the way down the ice. No icing, no Wasson Gesso in for Shakopee. He lost out behind the goal, and Warner plays it and picked up there by Cooper Siegert. Now played down the far wing, and Moorhead will break out to center ice. And here is John Kramer over the line. Mickelson, he goes down, and now the puck is flipped over the glass and out of play into the crowd here. We'll get a face-off back in the Shakopee end. Shots are 3-2 for the Sabres, and the goal for Johnson, his second, at 1:13, the only marker of the game.
I spoke with Tristan Wasson-Gesso yesterday about their big win, their big conference win, and I'm sure, they're hoping to come out here and have a great game as well.
They had a tough time with Prior Lake, but eventually pulled away and won that game. Prior Lake played tough again today, too, against Creighton in our second game. We had a tie game into the third period, and then Raiders broke away to pick up a victory. Now played around behind the net. How about Lakeville North today? As they played a much, much better game in every respect against Holy Angels. Now played back into the Shakopee zone from the faceoff, and Johnson now lost it behind the net and picked up along the left boards by Dalen Klein, and now back around behind the goal. And Shakopee will try again up the near side. White back behind the net. Moorhead's forecheck always good, and now it's shot the length of the ice. And going back for Moorhead, Bergeson comes around and feeds Mickelson. To center ice, one-touch pass by Campbell is picked off in the zone, and Shakopee tries to maneuver in front, and this is Cody Sawyer, played down the wing, and here comes Moorhead. Michael Herman back, and he shoots it in deep and heads for the bench on the change as Shakopee picks up possession. 7 minutes gone in the opening period. And they're content to stand there right now. And now a pass out to center. That hit the dasher board and came back out of play.
I think we're seeing a lot of patience from both teams here. We've seen, each team get back there, set up, look up ice, and just wait.
You've seen a lot of games against excellent teams. When you look at a team like playing a defending champion, say you're playing a Wisconsin or something of that nature, anything special in your game plan for that, or is it just a matter of staying patient?
I think it's just staying patient and staying, getting shots on net and looking for greasy goals, because things aren't always perfect against a super skilled team like Moorhead.
All right, here's Mickelson. Toe drag there, high slot, scores! How about that? Brandon Mickelson, his second goal of the event and the 11th of the season, and Moorhead ties it up.
A nice goal there by Moorhead, able to just put pucks on net, like I was saying, and get a good shot off.
So Mickelson gets the goal, and he scored a tremendous goal last night in Moorhead's victory over Creighton, and now he's got the tying goal here.
And it's no surprise he is Moorhead's goal leader now with 11.
And we'll get the announcement on the goal. See who helped him. And Bergeson now with a team high 18 assists. And he goes to 27 points on the year, and it's 1-1 halfway through the first period here at Dakota. Now Cullen down the far side, and he plays it ahead for Zach Zimmerman, and then threw it back across the face. And now a chance. Bergeson throws it in front. Zimmerman backhand. Follow-up shot. Score! Max Cullen! And Moorhead has the lead 2-1. Just like that, Max Cullen scores his 8th goal of the year.
Cullen just able to be there in front of the net and almost push that puck and the goalie kind of right back into the crease. So a very good goal, coming off some momentum right away after that other goal, and just able to keep putting pucks on net, and that's what's always important.
All right, now let's get back in the goaltender's head here. This is 2 goals in 31 seconds allowed by Houston. What's going through your head in that case?
Well, I think you really have to think about it as it's still a very close game. I mean, it is 2-1, and you just have to reset. Like I said, that is the most important thing.
All right, Zimmerman gets the only assist on the goal by Max Cullen, who now has 8 on the season. He scored twice last night, and right back on frame here. And it's 2-1 Moorhead, 7:47 to go in the period. Oh, and a good chance in front, and that is whistled wide. And it comes on out to center as Cole Davis with a good chance. Now the puck shot back into the Moorhead zone. And Shakopee with the early goal in this game now finds themselves behind, and it's shot the length of the ice. That'll be icing on the Spuds.
Good chance there by Shakopee, like you said, right in the slot, and almost just, left alone. Moorhead must not have been able to pick up their man, and just Shakopee missed the net there.
Well, you got to put that on frame, I think. And I think that Davis would like to have that one back, I would expect. 7:30 to go in the period, and it'll be Dylan Schmitz taking the face-off for Shakopee. Comes to the near boards, and Towlinen plays it down the wall, and the Spuds will pick it up and then lose it. Here's Cody Sawyer centering, and it winds up going all the way through to the hash mark on the far side. And now the Sabres play it down behind the net after it. Centering pass. Oh, and a good chance there as Sawyer threw it right in front. And again, not able to get a stick on it. In front of the goal was Dylan Schmitz. Now it winds up along the boards on the near side, and the Spuds play to center. George Arnold shoots it in. And goaltender Houston missed the cutoff, and now it comes to Campbell on the far side. Tries to throw it in front. Back to the point it goes, and a shot that changes direction and goes wide off the stick of Ferguson. Now Moorhead in possession. Campbell dropping to the right point. Now over to Mickelson. And Mickelson drops it down to the corner and back out. Here's Drew Corton. Mickelson. And here's Corton again. This looks like a power play right now. Here's Mickelson closing. He works in. He takes the shot. It's blocked. It comes right back to him. Mickelson spins and then falls, lost his edge, and he gets some help there from Corton. And now a pass to the circle is picked up, and Shakopee is able to clear rink wide to center ice. And here they come with Sawyer over the line. He plays it in, but they're changing lines. And Mickelson will go back behind the net. 6 minutes to go in the first.
Moorhead putting Shakopee on their heels there for a second. I think that's just really a picture-perfect moment.
Max Cullen across, and Bergeson goes in, doesn't get a shot away, and trips over the goaltender to boot. The puck comes out to center, and it's now back in the Moorhead zone to the right, and here's a chance for Shakopee as they work it towards the front of the net, and Siegert cannot maneuver past the defenders. And it comes out to neutral ice. Zimmerman over the line for Moorhead. Zimmerman looking, now forced behind the net, stops in the corner, draws 2 black shirts, and it's dug out by the Sabres. They pick it up behind the goal. Play to the near side. Wasson Gesso trying to knock it out of the zone. And now it comes loose. Spuds get the turnover. Down low, Bergeson, and he puts one wide and from a tight angle. Now here comes Shakopee to center ice. They will carry over the line, and now here is Siegert shooting. Oh, save and a rebound. Loose at the left edge. They score! I believe that's going to be Krotokville scoring. Sometimes the numbers get to be a little bit hard to read. It's red on black, but it is 24. It is Matthias Krotokville, his 7th goal and 2nd of this event.
Shakopee able to pick up that rebound. He was behind the red line, the goal line, and able to pick up that rebound and just throw it right back on net.
Well, 100% of the shots you don't take don't go in.
That's very true. Moorhead's goalie made that first save and just really wasn't able to get there last second.
I've also heard that 100% of the shots that you stop don't go in.
That's also true. That's a classic. Like my dad always says, if you don't let any goals in, you're bound to win.
There you go. And the only assist going to Cooper Siegert, 2-2 the score, 4:46 to go in an entertaining first period. And Shakopee breaks out rink wide. It'll come to center, and Mickelson is in a race for it there with Davis. And Davis plays it into the zone on the right, leaves a drop pass. Good move by Klein. He comes around, tries to wrap around, and then lost the puck at the moment of truth, and it comes back out to neutral ice. Jackson Johnson lost it, and now played on in by the Spuds. And now back around to the near side. Klein swats it off to the near boards without so much as a second glance, and then it's cleared by Davis. All the way back, and that will be icing on Shakopee. Shots are 5-5. Goals are 2-2.
I will say we've spent a lot of time in Shakopee's defensive zone in the past 10 minutes. So the stats are even, but I'm not sure if it's such an even first period in my eyes.
I think it's a good thought. I think Moorhead's had mostly the better of the play, but when you play a team like Moorhead, you have to take your chances when you get them, and Shakopee has done that twice here, so we're tied. Now from the face-off, Zimmerman tied up from behind by Heilman. Puck comes up the slot. Now here's Cody Sawyer. Shoots it in from center, 3 against 3. Shakopee's changing defenseman, and now it's played in against the boards on the near side and picked up by Campbell. Rink wide pass to center. And here's Zach Zimmerman up the middle looking there for Bergeson. Brought back in over the line offside. And we got a face-off at neutral ice. With 3:49 now to go in the opening period. And we'll get a face-off at neutral ice. And the first line on, Siegert. John Ammerman with the last match. Puts Cullen's line on him. Out to center, Mickelson, rink wide. And shot on into the zone by Devig. There's Bergeson. Playing it around behind the goal. Now Siegert to the right side, Hugh. And he flips one in the air, and it's going to land at center and come all the way back. Here's a race for it, and at Kratakville, they wave off the icing as it's picked up by Mickelson. Good hustle there. And now here comes Moorhead back. Max Cullen down the wing. Leaves a drop. Bergeson shoots wide to the near side. Comes off the boards towards the far hash, and now picked up and cleared out to center. Devig over to Mickelson, and they will consolidate control. Moorhead over the line. Mickelson feeds it down low. Bergeson goes around behind the goal, comes out the far side, comes and takes a shot, blocked at the defense, and now laying there in the slot. Finally cleared, and it's past Mickelson and out to center. 2:56 now to go in the first period. Here's Corton playing it in on the right. Moorhead rushes. Zimmerman feeds the right, and it comes in front, swatted away right up the slot, fires, and right on. A save made as good opportunity for Drew Corton, and Houston stood his ground, made the save.
A good save there, able to just get that whistle for his team, and Shakopee is able to get a change, which is always important.
We'll get a face-off to the left of the Shakopee goaltender. Now stop 4 out of 6. And we're going to get a redo on that face-off. All tournament long, we've had trouble with encroachment in the face-off circles, and this no exception. Everybody looking for that little edge, and again, they're going to do it again. Both centermen are going to be dismissed. Problems on the far side. And now the puck down. And it's fed behind the net. Centering pass, and an opportunity there for Arnold, and he could not swat it home.
An amazing pass there by Moorhead. Able to get that puck in the slot and get a really good chance, but a good save there by Shakopee.
Face off to the left of the goal. And it's in skates and now fed to the right point. Here's Corton at the left. Rink wide pass and a good one. Centering pass by Herman. Looking there for Arnold without success. And now it's picked up and played rink wide. Out to center ice. I had misplayed the puck for a moment there. That happens to broadcasters too. Played into the zone on the near side. And here's Seamus Campbell dropping it back to the left point. Lost out with 2:12 to go in the opening period. And they rattle away in the corner. Comes to the right edge and finally controlled. Here comes Siegert back. Passing to the left. And now shot back into the zone deep. Houston sets it up behind the net. And finally picked up by Tollin and cleared around on the boards to the near side. And here's Davis. Pass to the left, looking there for the run of the winger, Cody Sawyer, and it winds up in the corner. Sawyer battling, but Will Cullen comes out with the puck. Cullen, long pass to neutral, and into the zone it comes. Steinhoff there to pick it up and play back out to center. Now Sawyer, 1:38 to go in the period, and played over to the near side, and here comes Shakopee back in. A shot right on. A save made as Heilman got to the slot, and Arnold had the answer.
A very good glove save there by Moorhead's goaltender. Making those easy glove saves with no screen is the best feeling. I can say that from experience.
Is there ever a time like when we would play in a game and you would just kind of get that feeling, now I've got it? You know, where you would just sort of maybe be out of rhythm or out of sync, and then all of a sudden, here I am, I'm good?
100%. I feel like everybody can have a bad day, but you can always turn that around, and sometimes it just clicks mid-game.
All right, minute 25 to go, and a shot from the wing boards, and that winds up coming all the way through off the stick of Sawyer. Now up the wall, Zimmerman controlling for Moorhead. And rink-wide pass to the near side. Bergeson has Hugh on the turn and now plays it into the circle. It goes back behind the net, and Siegert plays around to the far side, and the Sabres play it to center ice. As Krotokville knocked in against the boards, it comes right back to him. Now feeds it over to the near side as we hit the last minute. Siegert plays it in and then sweeps it away from the Moorhead forechecker Bergeson, and now out to center, and Hugh will pick it up and carry over the line, and he just did stay on side. Drop pass, and now here's Siegert in the slot. Siegert finds some space and shoots, and Arnold saves with a blocker off to the right side. Here's Wasson Gesso, and now he centers it, sticked away by Arnold with 33 seconds to go in the period, and around behind to the far side, controlled by Devig in the corner, and he plays it ahead to neutral ice, and Shakopee will shoot it back in. And Mickelson chases after it. 22 seconds to go. He goes down on a hit from Cole Davis. And the puck comes to the slot area and finally cleared by the Spuds. They'll get an icing call with 14.8 seconds to play in the first.
Late in this period, I felt like Shakopee has had some really good chances right in the slot, and Moorhead has done a good job of picking their head up and getting good passes off. So 2 good pros for each of these teams.
Face off to the left of Arnold. And now comes to the left edge and finally back behind the net with 10 seconds to go. Steinhoff comes around to the near side, lost out, trying to get by Will Cullen. And now played back into the Shakopee zone with 2 seconds to go, 1, and that's it for the first period. And our score is 2-2. Each team with 7 shots. What's your thoughts on what I thought was a fun period?
I think it was a really good period and a close game like I had expected.
Fair enough. Let's take a break, and we'll come back after the resurface for the second period. This is the 2026 Tradition Invitational coming your way on the Youth Hockey Hub.
Everyone knows Luther does it all, but did you know you can do it all? At home,
I just sold my car.
on your phone,
I just got pre-approved.
I just scheduled an oil change.
whenever, wherever.
I just bought a new car.
Anything and everything, whenever and wherever. LutherAuto.com. You can do it all.
In life, we all need a little help to reach our summit. Whatever your summit looks like, it's easier to reach when your body is strong and healthy. At Summit Orthopedics, our team of highly specialized physicians listens to and values every one of our patients. We take a conservative approach to care to get you back to your healthy and active lifestyle. Reach your summit. Summit Orthopedics. Visit summitortho.com to make an appointment today.
Second period from Dakota Arena with Olivia King. I'm merely Jeff Pappas as we get ready to start this second period of play. Now, if you're in the Shakopee room after the first period, what's the mood like for you? What would you tell your team?
I honestly, I think that was a pretty good, pretty even first period, and I would say just keep pushing and, stay motivated through this second half of the game.
You got good team speed both ways, but now the second period, of course, the ends change is the long change. It strikes me. I just think that, Shakopee, you could play the underdog card. I suppose you're playing the state champions, but at the same time, you're 9-2 yourself, and you have expectations of your own.
Exactly. I mean, both teams have very similar records this year, and you just need to focus on the here and now.
All right, let's focus on the here and now. Second period face-off coming up. Penalty box is empty. We've had no penalties in this contest. And Wasson Gesso plays it on in from the face-off. Now loose along the boards. Mickelson takes a face full of plexiglass on a hit there from Kratokville, and now comes around to the far side. And finally played out to center. Turning and playing it back in is Siegert. Behind the net, Arnold sets up. Moorhead works left to right as we call the second period for you. Here from Dakota Arena, and over the line, here they come. This is Bergeson shooting, and that goes wide. And the rebound played all the way back into the Moorhead zone. It comes all the way behind the net. And Corton feeds it back up the near side. And played ahead by Paulson. Now finally back deep into the Shakopee zone, and Hugh has it behind the goal. As the first minute comes to an end here in period 2. Shakopee will start out. And over the line. Pass across, and we'll find Wasson Gesso in the corner. He goes down hard, and the puck played back to the right point. Sabres work it around, and now Wasson Gesso again. Puts it into the middle, and too far for Siegert. Follow-up shot right on, and a save made off the stick of Gavin White. Back out to center ice. And the Sabres gain possession and play out to center. And now finally Moorhead has it with Corton. And he goes across to Finn Paulson, plays to the right, and now into the Shakopee zone. And it's picked up there by Gavin White. Plays up the near side. And a pass a little bit too far there for Will O'Neill. And now back into the Shakopee zone. Here's a shot right on, and a good save there by Warner. It's almost like Houston teased him there. Like he kind of opens up and says, here I am, and then closes the door. And back comes Shakopee, and a centering pass is tipped away and played back behind by Klein behind the Moorhead goal. Fed up the near wing Warner, and then he has a coming together there with White, and it's like nuclear war. No winners, only survivors as it comes in over the line, and Shakopee can't play it. It'll be offside. Long pass to the right. And here's Evan Warner closing in. Gets to the dot, and finally he's forced wide by Johnson as the puck winds up along the boards and finally behind the net. Now cleared towards the right point and finally dug out. Shakopee carries Sawyer to center against two white shirts and finally picked up by Herman, who goes behind the goal. And now cleared to the far side. Now back over to the near, and Moorhead will go D to D once again. Pass up the middle, picked up by Campbell. Over the Shakopee line, Campbell goes down behind the net, and a teammate comes in to help him there, George Arnold, but to no avail. Puck up the wall and now out to center. Racing across there is Finn Paulson shooting it in. And back behind the net, Shakopee trying to gain possession. Grady Hatari back there, I believe that is. Now it's going to be cleared up the near wall, and that was the wrong team looking at the wrong board. That was Cody Sawyer. That happens to broadcasters too. And now cleared off the glass to center ice. And after it for Moorhead is Courtney. Gave it away. Here's a chance breaking in, and a penalty coming as Colton Krizak, who scored a goal yesterday, took it right to the net and drew the penalty. First penalty of the game goes against Moorhead, and it will go against Michael Herman.
Moorhead was having a lot of momentum, having all the possession, and maybe getting a little bit too confident there and just allowing that Shakopee player to get behind their defenseman and get a grade A opportunity.
Power play for Shakopee, 6 for 30 on the year. That's 20%. Moorhead's penalty kill, 80.6 at 25 for 31. And Shakopee gets the game's first power play, trying to snap a 2-2 tie here early in the second period. Good game here. And it's poked towards the left point and played down by Steinhoff. And now behind the goal, the Spuds clear up the near wall for Bergeson, and now he will carry down the wing. And he's watched there by Steinhoff, and now the puck finally picked up and carried behind the net by Siegert. And he will let Steinhoff take over. 8 points on the year for Steinhoff. Coming up on 4 minutes gone in the second period. And at center, over the line, Siegert plays it around on the wall. Kratochvil going after it and against the boards. And they'll wrestle away for it. Now it winds up in the right corner, played around by Paulson for Moorhead, and that goes down the length.
Moorhead playing a very aggressive penalty kill. You love to see them really get in the mix, get in the corner, and get those pucks, out of their zone.
And good team speed, too. I suppose that probably helps, as here comes Zach Zimmerman, and he's got a trailer with him. Warner over the line, and then he's just going to bring the puck back. And Moorhead had at least 5 skaters on the ice there for a time during that line change. And they got away with it. The face-off coming up out at neutral ice, center ice.
Safe play there by Warner to bring it back into the neutral zone instead of, heading into the offensive zone and trying to make something out of, a potential, situation where Shakopee could get it and bring it up ice as well. So smart play.
There's a line to be crossed when you're killing penalties, I suppose. All right, here's Gavin White. 47 seconds of Shakopee power play, and they give it away. Warner has a breakaway, going in on goal. Warner shoots and taking it away. Houston, as cool as the underside of the pillow, as the late Stuart Scott used to say. And now here comes Shakopee back. They come through center, and here's Davis over the line. He peels back, 27 in the power play. And now Hugh played it down the wall, and the Spuds try to play it, and Hugh will crash in deep. And then he plays it around on the boards as he's hit by Steffen. Comes to the wall, Jackson Johnson, and he can't find it. It's between his feet now out to the right point, and Shakopee will work it around. Johnson again. 5 seconds on the power play, and Shakopee having trouble there is Zimmerman. It's been a really good penalty kill for him. Moorhead comes back to full strength, and coming right back into the play is Herman, fresh out of the penalty box, and now it winds up again through a Moorhead line change. And played back into the zone. Johnson come out the right side, long pass to center, and Shakopee weaving to the left there in business and over the line. Here comes Cooper Siegert. He's pinned up against the boards by Devig. The puck comes up the slot, and it's picked up by Herman, and now here comes Moorhead out 2-on-2. Over the line, Bergeson centers up the slot, and Devig can't hold it. Now a chance for Shakopee down the near wing. Kratochvil in a race for it. And he puts it towards the net, and Arnold with an easy stop. 10:46 to go, second period. Faceoff will come to the right of Arnold. How'd you like Houston on that breakaway?
Wow, what a great save. The Moorhead Spud just putting it, on the backhand, and Houston just makes an easy save, makes it look easy.
Puck in the slot, and nothing comes of that shot. It comes out to center ice, and it's played back in. Now back behind the net, Devig for Moorhead. Long pass down the left wing is intercepted at center and carried back in. Again by Siegert, and he comes behind the goal. Siegert picked up there by Wasson Gesso, drops it to the left point, and Steinhoff, that goes wide of the goal, finally flip to the right point. Hugh can't hold, and it comes all the way back. And we got a stoppage as the puck comes, boy, right onto Houston. I got something in my throat that will not leave, and it's pretty annoying.
A safe bet there by Houston, just getting the puck, getting a whistle instead of playing it to his defenseman who had a Moorhead Spud right on his back. So smart play there, and we're able to get a whistle, get a face-off.
All right, the draw coming to the right of the Shakopee goal. 10:07 to go, second period. It's about as even as you can get right now. 2-2. Shots are 9-9. Centering pass is picked off, and now the Sabres have the chance to break back. And down the wing, Cole Davis closing, and he's leaving a drop pass and a shot. Boy, a good opportunity there, and a smart play by Davis to drop it up the slot, looking for Dalen Klein. And now back comes Bergeson. He plays it ahead and into the Shakopee zone. Sabres trying to play it through the referee's skates and can't. They come off the wall. Bergeson centers, and it's tipped out. And another race for it at center ice. Tipped up, and here's a breakaway. Heading in is Krizak, and he's stopped by Arnold. Good turn of speed there by Colton Krizak. Scored a goal yesterday, his first of the season, and now on the back check, he almost knocks it away from Max Cullen. Played around behind the goal. And Hugh for the Sabres, 9:17 to go. Play it around behind, and then they get it back. They'll flip up the middle. That's stolen away. And here's Zach Zimmerman looking to center, and a shot. That winds up going off the goaltender from Max Cullen. Now loose on the near side and weaving his way out is Madden Peace, number 9, feeding over to the far side. Peace had an assist yesterday. And now here's a shot that goes through and out. And here comes Cullen leaving a drop pass for Zimmerman. Over the line. Zimmerman drops. Mickelson throws it into the middle, and a blocker pad save, and a good one on Bergeson there by Houston. The nets come off, and we'll get a face-off in the Shakopee zone.
An amazing pass there to get your head up and, hit that person right in the slot by Mickelson.
And again, Houston standing tall in the Shakopee goal.
Yeah, we've got a funny goalie matchup here today. I feel like we have one. Arnold is a smaller goaltender, very athletic for Moorhead, and Houston is very tall. And, it's just two different styles out here tonight, and they're both respectively doing very well.
Moorhead controls from the face-off. Here's a shot that goes wide of the goal from Herman. Now a Shakopee player goes down in the corner there. They wanted a penalty as Tolvanen was knocked off his pins as the puck winds up in the right corner of the Shakopee zone. Now played up the wall. Wasson Gesso trying to make something happen, and now they will carry out. And this is Siegert. Pass to the right, and it's a little bit too far. Kratakville chasing, no icing. And Shakopee gets a second body in there to try and free it up. And now Moorhead up the near wing, and this is Campbell. And he has trouble with it, but then plays it ahead looking for Herman in the Shakopee zone. He's tied up the defender. Fletcher Reinhardt takes over the puck, centers it, and it's knocked away to the corner by Klein. Now Shakopee trying to play their way out. It's in the circle, and finally it's picked up by Reinhardt for Shakopee. Anywhere will do, and he puts it down the ice for an icing call with 7:42 to go in the second period. Still 2-2.
I feel like in this game we're having little moments of lulls, and then we're getting pinball. Just each team just back and forth, quite a few chances, and I think that's happened a lot this second period.
It's on the knife's edge, as the English would say. Get a face-off to the left of the Shakopee goal. Puck down, and Moorhead controls. Devig puts it in the slot, and boy, a nice play there by Davis to pick it off, and he banks it off the wall. He's looking there for Will O'Neill, who's got a full head of steam, and he's going to meet the boards hard, and that is somehow not a penalty as Finn Paulson hit him hard. Follow-up shot, and now O'Neill gets up, and there's nothing deliberate by that, but you need to call it if he's going to finish that check when the player exposed like that. Played around behind the net to the near side, and Finn Paulson up the boards and out to center. Played back in by White. Set up there by Arnold behind the goal, and here comes Moorhead down the near wing. Warner over the line, and he loses out at the blue line, past the center, intercepted by Paulson. And now Devig plays it, and Warner into the zone. They wave off offside, and now here comes Shakopee into the zone. Warner trying to play it back out, and now loose at center ice, finally picked up and played in by Gavin White. Around to the far side, and Moorhead trying to get out. Paulson throws a hit, and now the Spuds do come out on the far side, and it's Will Cullen over the line, and he drags it to the slot, then lost possession. Moorhead is changing, played back behind by Gramer, and now Shakopee in the right boards losing it, trying to get out of the zone. Gramer holds and plays it back down low for Max Cullen up the slot, and Gramer again is turned away at the top of the circle. Now Gramer plays it down low again, looking for teammate Will Cullen. Now it comes up the wall on the near side. Just over 6 minutes to go in the second period, and it's played on in by Sawyer as Shakopee will get a change. And controlled now by Drew Corton. Long pass up the wing. Zimmerman, and that's knocked away by Steinhoff. Played ahead, and here's Wasson-Gesso over to the right and unable to play it forward for Tocqueville, and now winds up along the boards and up the middle to Zimmerman. Here comes Moorhead, 2 against 3. Zimmerman over the line. Now a trailer catches up, and so does the defense. So takes all the fun out of it. Now on the far side, Bergeson against the wall. Centers at a shot, and that goes wide as Max Cullen snuck in for a chance from the dot. Now loose, and Zimmerman picks it up. Cullen going the opposite way towards the net. Now Zimmerman forced back. Here's Mickelson in the slot. Feeds it over to the right side. Corton back to Mickelson. And Mickelson continues to dangle the puck, and Hugh will play it back into the corner into check as Steinhoff. Now we got a Moorhead player going down, and they're evened up as Bergeson fell, and the Moorhead fans wanted a penalty. Here's Bergeson in the circle. Stops back, centers it, and Max Cullen can't shoot. Comes to the far side, picked up there by Tocqueville, and now it's cleared to the line, but not out. Now finally rink wide to center by the Sabres. It'll go the length, and we'll get an icing with 4:52 to go.
Shakopee doing a good job of stifling Moorhead's chances and just jumping right on all of, their sticks, picking sticks up and just getting in the way of Moorhead's shots.
Disciplined team, but I see an awful lot of that first line out there for Shakopee, and I don't blame them. I mean, they're great players, but I wonder, do they run the risk of running them ragged in a game like this? Good pace to it.
Definitely see by the third period.
And you just played yesterday too. Here's a long pass on the wrong side of Davis. That's going to be icing. Good idea. Try to stretch out that defense. 4:45 to go in the second.
What a good crowd we have here tonight. Almost a full house for, this high school game on a Friday night at the Dakota Ice Center in Prior Lake.
Shakopee, a local team, of course, just up the road, and Moorhead always travels well. They support their teams wherever they go.
And they are the defending champs.
Which doesn't hurt. Now here's a shot by Zimmerman right on rebound, cleared away by Davis to the boards on the right, and Shakopee handles that pressure. Now up the boards, the Sabres pick it up and clear to the middle and then get it back. It's loose now, finally picked up, and here comes Davis. Down the wing for Shakopee. It's Cole Davis over the line, puts on the brakes, waits for help, and then throws it down low. But there's no one there but Stefan for Moorhead. And the Spuds go behind the goal. 4:15 to go in period 2. 2-2 the score. Now played out to the near side. Davis hustles over, tried to play it through for Dalen Klein. Comes back into the Shakopee zone. Center circle pass, and Davis was wrong-footed. Couldn't go after it. Now cleared to the near side. Here comes Campbell. He's over the line. Campbell puts it up the slot, looking there for Arnold, and it was behind him. Now played to center ice. Peace goes after it. Loose to the left point, comes free, and at center ice it's controlled and shot on in by White. Behind the goal, Devig for Moorhead. Long pass to the right, and it's picked up there, carried by Campbell. Over the line, pass to the slot. Here's a shot that goes off the defender from Gramer, who goes after his own rebound in the far corner. Gramer has it there, and now he's pinned to the boards. And now the referee will tell them, move it, and they do. Comes across to the near side. Devig can't hold, and it comes out to center. Over to Mickelson. 3:12 left in the second period. Played to the near side boards and ahead by Reinhardt, and it comes all the way back into the Moorhead zone. Devig, and he is knocked in against the boards. Mickelson carries on, comes around the far side with it. He uses the glass, but it's played down by Tocqueville in the circle. He closes, tries to center, and that's off his skate. It's picked up by Will Cullen, who will now pick it up for Moorhead and leave it for Devig. Backhanded pass to center ice, and it's loose there. Played into the Moorhead zone. Devig back for Warner on the right, and now picked up by Steinhoff, who will play it back past Mickelson and all the way down the ice, and they call icing on Shakopee with 2:36 left in the second period.
A scoreless second period, I will say. So all 4 goals scored in the first period, and we've just been waiting for one.
I would have thought with two teams with this kind of speed that you would see more in this second period, more of the stretch stuff. But they're both so disciplined defensively, too. It's hard.
I agree. I think we've been caught in the neutral zone quite a few times here.
A shot from the Face-off by Corton comes through and a save made. Now Moorhead centers, and that's going to be picked off in the slot. And he'll drag out to center, and falling as he did so was Krotokville. And now here's a shot from the right boards right on as Siegert tried his luck, and we'll get a face-off with 2:15 to go.
Good puck movement by Shakopee there to find that man and get a good shot off, but Arnold just able to swallow that one up.
Shots even at 12 still. So Moorhead got all they want last night from Cretin-Durham Hall, and they're getting it again today. They get everybody's best shot as the champs. Now to the near side, it's picked up by Steinhoff and cleared around to the far side. And Max Cullen to center ice. Now a center, here it comes. Oh, we're going to get a penalty here as Zach Zimmerman was held up coming through the slot. Slashing penalty is coming, and it'll be the second power play. Actually, the first one for Moorhead is. Let's see who's heading to the penalty box. It's going to be Landon Hugh. And
it'll be interesting to see how, Shakopee reacts to Moorhead's, great power play here. And, if they're able to kill this off over the next 2 minutes.
All right, face off to the right of Hewson. Moorhead's power play, 34%, 13 for 38. Shakopee very good on the penalty kill, 22 out of 23. That is 96%. And now past Mickelson, and it comes back into the Moorhead zone. And back for it is Mickelson. Headman's on the right for Zimmerman. Rink-wide pass, and they'll get zone entry on the far side with Bergeson, and that's broken up. Dribbles towards the blue line, still loose, and then played around behind the net, chasing after it Steinhoff, and he leaves it in the corner for White, and it's flipped in the air, and that's one sure way to get it out. Now controlled by Shakopee, and a rink-wide pass to the left. Good fill there by the Sabres, and here's a shot by Steinhoff, and a save made by Arnold. So Shakopee gets a shorthanded shot on goal, and now the Spuds back. Here's Mickelson over the line. Mickelson, drop pass. Corton at the left point, plays it back down Warner rather. And now here is Zimmerman in the high slot. Zimmerman back over to the left. Bergeson fires. Save made by Hewson off to the right. And again, Moorhead controls. Power play half over. Zimmerman at the left point. As we get to the 1 minute mark of the second period, there's a very slight carryover if they don't score into the third. Bergeson broke his stick, and he had to drop it as the puck is shot the length of the ice. Bad break there for Moorhead as the stick came right off at the blade. And now here is Mickelson starting back. And it's played back into the zone, and now there's a race for it as Siegert will get there. Siegert takes it to the corner, and then behind the net with 30 seconds to go in the power play, 22 seconds to go in the period, as Zimmerman tries one more time, pass to the left, play to the line. Max Cullen plays it forward, but not far enough, and it's cleared. With 13 seconds to go, it'll come all the way back, and Mickelson will go after it with the look of a player who's ready for the intermission. Comes around to the near side, and Zimmerman up the near side with 3 seconds to go. Comes over the line, lets a shot go right on at the buzzer. Houston makes the save, and our score after 2 is the same as it was after 1. It is 2-2.
A very unfortunate broken stick there for Moorhead right when they were able to set up on the power play. Broken stick and puck moves the other direction, but honestly, pretty even second period here and a scoreless one at that.
Well, we'll take a break and come back and see if this game can find a hero. 2-2 the score. After 2 periods of play, this is the tradition. 2026 on the Youth Hockey Hub.
Everyone knows Luther does it all, but did you know you can do it all? At home,
I just sold my car.
on your phone,
I just got pre-approved.
I just scheduled an oil change.
whenever, wherever.
I just bought a new car.
Anything and everything, whenever and wherever. LutherAuto.com. You can do it all.
In life, we all need a little help to reach our summit. Whatever your summit looks like, it's easier to reach when your body is strong and healthy. At Summit Orthopedics, our team of highly specialized physicians listens to and values every one of our patients. We take a conservative approach to care to get you back to your healthy and active lifestyle. Reach your summit. Summit Orthopedics. Visit summitortho.com to make an appointment today.
I Can't Drive 55. Sammy Hagar takes us into the third period. 2-2 the score. Shakopee and Moorhead. Olivia King, Jeff Pappas with you. Glad to have you along for game number 3.
Thanks, Jeff.
You know how, as you look at this game and you look at Moorhead now, a team that has been there so many times over the last couple of seasons, do you think there's an advantage there?
I think so. I think it brings a lot of maturity to be able to take it all the way through playoffs and to have seniors and upperclassmen who have had great playoff runs. That, brings knowledge that, maybe other teams don't have.
All right, we'll see how Shakopee handles it. They have given as good as they've gotten in this game. Shots are 14-13, and there's 4 seconds of penalty remaining on Hugh, so Moorhead has a tiny carryover of power play. The puck is down. The third period is underway. The penalty is over, and it's picked up by Devig and played into the Shakopee zone to the left. And on the other hand, I think if you're Shakopee, there's got to be a level of excitement here. You got the champs here, and you got them on the ropes. It's 2-2 in the third period. They might be having fun.
Exactly. I think, that could bring them a lot of momentum as well. Just having a good mindset and realizing that Moorhead is a really good team and you're hanging in there with them.
Here's Siegert over the line, and he is wedged against the boards by Devig behind the net. Now comes up to the near side, and it's picked up by Wasson Gesso in the slot. Throws it across, a shot over the top. A nice idea, but not on frame, as Siegert wound up missing the mark. And now played down low, Moorhead. Jay centering pass, they score! And I don't know if that went off the goaltender, but I think that's Bergeson's goal. That'll be his 10th of the season, and Moorhead has an early lead in the third, 3-2.
Moorhead just putting pucks on net there, and Houston sitting in his RVH, and Moorhead just able to sneak it right through his 5-hole.
Bergeson's 10th goal, and it comes 53 seconds into the third period. I believe it'll be his. And Shakopee now chasing the game, 3-2 with 16 minutes to go.
After a scoreless second, that is a quick goal by Moorhead. I wonder, what coach said in the locker room to motivate them here.
Maybe just put it on net.
Well, that definitely was the case there.
And Max Cullen gets the only assist, and he's had himself quite a event here. 2 goals now. Last night, a goal and an assist today. And Shakopee in on the right, and a shot that goes over the top, and I'm not sure that was onside, actually. As it looked to me as though Davis was in early on the right, but then I don't get paid for these things. So
Shakopee was able to have a good stretch pass there, but, you can't get it on net, you're not going to score any goals.
All right, face-off to the left of the Moorhead goal, and Will Arnold, 15:42 to go. Here's Johnson for Shakopee, fires, and that goes off the inboards wide, and a penalty coming on Shakopee as the Moorhead player coming out of the zone was tripped, and I believe, let's see who that's going to be. Sometimes their numbers are difficult for old people like me to read. It's Will O'Neill, I think, 23.
Definitely a tripping penalty there, and we'll see how, Shakopee's able to kill this off.
Important moment here, 1:25 the time of the penalty. Moorhead gets another power play, and it is Will O'Neill. Power play number 2 for the Spuds. They win the face-off, and now weak pass is picked up, and Shakopee has 2-on-1 coming back the other way. It's Krotokville shooting, and a save made. Puck comes up the slot, and Warner picks it up. Now Mickelson, and Max Cullen back over the line, closes, fires, save, rebound, and the referee lost sight of the puck and blew it dead.
An early whistle there, but honestly looked like Houston had that one, and Arnold on the other end just made a really good save. First save that, he wasn't able to cover, and Moorhead just turned it right back up and got a good chance against Houston.
The Moorhead assistant coach is having a word with the official there. Definitely a quick whistle. Here's Mickelson over to the right side. Zimmerman back to Mickelson. And he shoots. A save made by Husen off to the near boards. Now Mickelson again. Zimmerman back to Mickelson. And Bergeson. Now Mickelson Gets around the defender, throws it across to the right, and cleared finally. Back to Zimmerman on the wall, and out to center. Now cleared. And we get a whistle. We're going to get a face-off at neutral ice with 1:08 to go in the penalty. 14:42 in the third period, and a 3-2 game for Moorhead.
Moorhead being super patient on this power play and just moving the puck around the offensive zone super well.
Face-off is at center ice. Near side, Cole Davis plays it ahead for Shakopee, gets it to the line, and now back into the Moorhead zone, where it's picked up by Max Cullen. Mickelson. Near side, Bergeson. Centering pass up the slot for Zimmerman, picked up, and now here's another 2-on-1. Davis, Mickelson the defender, Davis closing, he shoots, he scores! A short-handed goal! And Shakopee ties it, Cole Davis with his 4th goal of the season, and it's 3-3.
Wow, Shakopee able to get this shorthanded goal and a 5-hole goal at that.
Wow, that's to come up with 2 shorthanded rushes on the same penalty kill. Well, it worked out for him. And at 2:45, it is 3-3.
A good job by Shakopee to take any chance they can get and, you know, be aggressive on that penalty kill.
So Shakopee thumbs its nose at danger and scores a shorthanded goal. And the Sabres get possession from the face-off. 37 seconds of power play still, and they clear it the length of the ice. Unassisted goal for Davis. And now it's picked up by the Spuds, and they play down the near wing. Here is Will Cullen. He takes a shot, and Houston sticks it away to the boards with 19 seconds to kill. And the Spuds in possession, up the slot. Corton now takes the shot, save, and no rebound, which, as a goaltender, you would love.
Absolutely. It's always nice to get those quick whistles, especially right there when you know Houston had quite a few screens in front of him, and he's able to just swallow that puck and get a whistle for his team.
Let me ask you this. When you see a team whipping the puck around on a power play like that, how important is getting your feet set? Because it looked like he was in the right spot with the right angle.
Oh my goodness, the most important. Because, you know, you always have to be in the right spot to make those, you know, important saves, and being on angle is one of the most important things as a goaltender.
Face-off coming up to the right of Houston. 19-15, Moorhead the shots, but it's 3-3, 9 seconds of power play left, and in the slot. And this is Warner playing it behind the goal. And now cleared as the penalty comes to an end. Shakopee back to 5-on-5. Played to Max Cullen along the near boards for Moorhead. Now behind the net, this is Warner. Off to the far side, bank to the right point. A shot, and Houston with a stick save off to the boards, and Cullen plays it down behind the goal. Bergeson after it there, and it comes free. Picked up now finally by Warner on the far side. He's harassed there. The puck is picked up now by Klein, and he starts back for Shakopee. A saucer pass to center, knocked out of the air. Spuds come back in, and almost over the boards into the bench. Max Cullen on a hit there. Now picked up behind the goal, and they'll play for it. Now a centering pass. Cullen, Max Cullen with a shot on a body drop, blocked by the defenseman to knock that puck away. That was Hugh that did that, and that's taking one for the team. Puck comes to center. We get a whistle, and we got an offside, I think. Or no, a faceoff is being signaled back in the Shakopee zone.
Definitely have a good game here tonight, a very close game, and it's exciting to see Shakopee really holding their own against a aggressive Moorhead team.
Well, you can't buy Landon Hugh a beer yet, but Nicholas Houston can certainly say thank you for standing in front of that shot and blocking it. Face off to the left of the Shakopee goal, 12:43 to go, and it's now to the right point. And Moorhead gets possession. They work down low, and they get into the post, and an opportunity there for Seamus Campbell. but Houston had the post covered, and it comes all the way back down the ice, and that will be icing on Shakopee. And that's not nice. There's a smoosh into the boards after the icing was called, and Cody Sawyer made his displeasure known to Drew Corton in no uncertain terms. And the face-off comes all the way back. Spuds win the draw. Corton at the right point. Plays it beside the net. Centering pass loose. And Shakopee on the back foot now. Tries to tip to the line, and Sawyer plays it. And now Shakopee gets possession. Pass up the middle. Tipped into the zone by Krizak, who goes after it. 12:09 to play. Up the boards to the right point. Here's a shot. Deflected wide off the initial stick of Jackson Johnson. Spuds back, and it comes in over the line, and Johnson hustles all the way across the ice to try to break up that play. Now Herman centers, comes through to the right point. Mickelson holds it in, and then he gets by one man, but had the puck run off his stick and picked up on the left side. Shakopee able to play to center. They were trying to change lines, and now it's played back into the zone deep. Hugh to the left, and he will leave a drop pass up the wall where it's picked up by Krotokville. Now he comes out to center ice and comes over the line and plays it past one, but not two, as Devig goes behind the net for Mickelson. 11 and a half minutes to go, and now Max Cullen down the wing for Moorhead, gets to the dot, and centers it. Good chance, they score! Ferguson from Max Cullen, and Moorhead goes back on top 4-3.
A beautiful goal there by Bergeson. He's able to get that pass from across the ice and shoot it right over Houston's blocker.
Time of the goal is 5 minutes and 40 seconds, and once again, Moorhead has the lead, 4-3. They have led 2-1, 3-2, and now 4-3. We'll see if Shakopee has another rally in them. From the faceoff, Wasson Gesso leaned in against the boards. And Devig is going to be given an assist as well. Bergeson with a goal, Max Cullen with the primary assist. Now here's a shot by Krotokville and a save through traffic by Arnold. And out of the left point, Shakopee works the puck around. Wasson Gesso behind the goal. And now he comes to the right side and he lets his teammate come through. A centering pass from Siegert. And Krotokville open in front, fanned on it. Comes to the near side. And now back behind the net. Moorhead with possession and 10 and a half minutes to play. Out to center, Max Cullen. Over the line. Cullen leaves a drop pass. Zimmerman centers it. Bergeson shoots, and that's over the top. Now to the far side. Picked up by Krotokville to the right and tipped on in by Wasson Gesso, and he heads to the bench on a line change. And here comes Moorhead back. Pass down the right wing, and at the blue line, it's broken up. Warner couldn't get in the zone. Now it comes back into the Moorhead end. And Brady Steffen on the near side plays it to the high slot, stolen away, and trying to make something happen there. Davis picked up finally by Jackson Johnson to center. Davis pinned up against the two per team going in after it. Now picked up and into the zone. Here comes Shakopee. Klein, and he is forced back. Klein plays it down, goes behind the net, and kicking at it there. Davis goes behind the goal, and Will Cullen then plays it back up the near wall. Now Johnson from a sharp angle puts it all the way across, and it's going to be knocked into the Moorhead bench. We'll get a face-off in the Moorhead zone with 9:27 left.
Moorhead trying to make something happen and move it up ice, but Shakopee is just jumping all over them and, getting those turnovers in the neutral zone and trying to get, good scoring chances against Arnold.
What do you look for Shakopee to do to try to open up the ice here as they try to get a tying goal? Puck comes out to center, and we'll come back to that. As Steinhoff leaves it behind the goal, Hugh playing it through to the far side, banks it off the boards, and now Sawyer at center will play it in for Shakopee. Clear to the near side, and Herman for Moorhead back down the near wing, and that is offside as into the zone early. Seamus Campbell didn't like it, but he was offside. opening up the ice. There's teams that have the skill level to take that long stretch pass. Teams try to be patient or try to build that way. What would you prefer?
I think I like to see some patience. I think that, Shakopee's done it a few times tonight where they're able to stretch that ice, get their heads up, and find those people. But I would love to see some patience here, and we'll see if we can get it, honestly, instead of some scrambling here with them down 1.
And now shot in rink wide from the face-off by Sawyer. Comes right back out, too far for Bergeson. Hugh has it for Shakopee, and he lays it ahead, and Mickelson is there for the Spuds, and he shoots it in rink wide. Off to the far side, Carson Steinhoff picks it up there. Back behind the goal to Hugh, back to Steinhoff, but he couldn't get it through Zimmerman, and he has to carry it himself. Now flipped in the air and down to the glove, and here come the Sabres. Or the Sabre. There's only one of them. Now they're changing lines as Kratakville closes, puts it up the slot, and no shot. Now held in right on the line and played back down behind the Moorhead goal. After it there, Corton feeds around to the far side. 8 minutes and 12 seconds to go, and Zimmerman plays to the far side and out. At center ice, Zimmerman comes over the line, leaves it, and a return pass skitters wide of the goal. Zimmerman goes after it in the corner. Now Bergeson centers it, and Cullen feeds it. Mickelson shoots, and that one went off something in front of the goal. Picked up finally by Corton at center ice, and Moorhead is figuring the best way to play defense is to get the puck in and keep it deep as the puck winds up along the boards. Bergeson lost it, and now a steal. Here's a shot, and they score. Max Cullen stole the puck and went in and scored to make it 5-3. And a vital goal there, and Max Cullen continues his tear, his 9th of the year.
Yeah, you just cannot leave Max Cullen in the slot alone like that and give him the time and space to score a pretty goal.
9:22 is the time, and the Champs have a 2-goal lead. Shakopee up against it now as be an unassisted goal for Max Cullen, who stripped the puck and went in to score. Now played ahead, and we'll see what Shakopee's got in him here. Now the puck shot the length of the ice, and Shakopee starts by icing it. So plenty of time, but it'll start to become a factor shortly. 5-3 the score now as Moorhead has come up with 3 in this third period.
After a scoreless second period, we're seeing a lot of goals here, and it was a very even game until, the last few minutes.
And Moorhead trying to keep it that way as they have possession in the Shakopee zone. This is Warner. Played around behind by Steinhoff to the near side for Shakopee. And out to center. And this is Cole Davis. He is taken in against the boards. Now Hugh, pass to the left. And they can't get into the zone as Evan Warner throws a hit. Now they gain entry, and here's Hugh. Forced wide, shoots, save, and the rebound up the slot. Picked up and shot out to center. And Shakopee will pick it up, and this is Jackson Johnson. Turning there, and he shoots it in. And now picked up by Mickelson in the near corner with under 7 minutes to go. Pass to the line, and here is a chance for Warner. And that one winds up going over the glass and out of play. 6:38 to go.
Shakopee defenseman just able to get his stick on that puck and, put it up in the netting, get a whistle for his team.
You will be heading down shortly to conduct the interview, the player of the game. Who do you like for it so far?
Honestly, I'm not sure yet. I think that, there's quite a few Moorhead players who've done really well this game, and Cullen's no exception, but, he got it yesterday, so we'll see.
Well, and that wouldn't be fair after all, right? So the play is to the left of the goal and controlled now by George Arnold. Fed to the right point, and now over to Mickelson on the near side, and Shakopee's trying to figure out a way to get out of the zone. They need goals, and they are now running out of time. Just over 6 minutes to play. Now picked up, and here is Sawyer to center ice. And unable to play it further is Krizak. Now back to the Shakopee line. Jackson backhands one ahead, and Mickelson has it for Moorhead. I really like Brandon Mickelson. There's a lot to be happy with when you watch him play. Good puck mover, sound defensively, Good head. And now the puck comes to center, and it's picked up by Herman over the line. And a pass to the right, a shot and a pad saved by Houston, and rebound comes out to near center ice. And Wasson Gesso chasing after it. Now picked up by Siegert. He comes to the left, Kratakville against the boards, and he loses out. Moorhead plays it to the point, and it's going to be held there by Steinhoff. And finally played back deep behind the Moorhead goal with 5:20 to go. Corton, far side, and a long pass up the middle. Max Cullen right on the tape. Over the line, Cullen. And he is skated off by Hugh, but Bergeson carries on. Up the slot, here's a shot by Devig, and that's blocked. Back comes Shakopee, 4 against 3. And they're over the line. It's picked up by Steinhoff. And now played ahead. 2-on-1, Cullen with Zimmerman. Zimmerman shoots, and a save by Houston. And the puck to the far side. And now Bergeson tried to play it in front, back to the left point. Mickelson winds up in the high slot for Corton, and now down low. Off the boards, it's picked up by Max Cullen. And now Cullen again, still in the high slot. Near side, Mickelson in the circle, throws it in front, looking for Zimmerman. It comes through to the far side. And Shakopee just trying to get out of the zone now, played ahead, and Peace will lay it ahead, not far enough for icing, but Shakopee gets a line change with 4:17 left. Trailing by 2 and outshot 24-17. And then it's shot the length of the ice, and no icing there as Houston will set it up. Left it behind the net, and now it comes out as Zimmerman is at a long shift. Plays it, now picked up by Bergeson. He goes down on a hit by Johnson, and now picked up by the Sabres, and they carry out. Pass to the left is going to be too far. It'll go the length, but not far enough for icing as Stefan plays it back up the wall. And Mickelson gets buried. There's going to be a check there, and he is slow getting up. And now he's up, but he's on his hands and knees, and Mickelson is now up and heading off, but he's doubled over. And I got the wind knocked out of him. But the penalty is called with 3 minutes and 44 seconds to go, and it is against Dalen Klein for Shakopee. Penalty is 13-16. We thank our friend Olivia King for sitting in. She's down to do the post-game interviews. Face off to the left of the goal. Roughing is the penalty, 13-16 of the third period. Third power play for Moorhead, and Mickelson shoots right on. Puck behind the net. And the Spuds buzzing once again. Their third power play, their third consecutive power play. Here's Zimmerman to Mickelson on the slot. Over to the near side for Bergeson. Now back to Mickelson. Over to the right side. Zimmerman again. Mickelson. Bergeson. Pass to the right. Zimmerman to Cullen. Loose in the slot. Loose in the crease. And now we get pushes and shoves again. And this time Carson Steinhoff getting into it with Max Cullen behind the goal. Three minutes and 1 second to go. 1:18 of power play left for Moorhead. Moorhead has shown so much resilience in the third period of the games. They have a number of players injured. Drew Simonich not dressed. Joey Cullen not dressed. Puck played over to the far side, and Mickelson plays it down the wall, and they work it around. Here's Bergeson sneaking in. Now loose on the end line. Max Cullen, threw it across, and boy, they had that back door set up, and Zimmerman could not collect it. And now Moorhead in possession again. Bergeson at the left point drops it to Mickelson up the slot. 55 in the power play, 2:37 to go. Mickelson beside the net. Centering pass, and Max Cullen blazes wide. And it comes out to center. Zimmerman at the red line to the left. Bergeson over the line, and he's going to take it wide. Now goes behind the net. Feeds the circle. Mickelson can't control it, and it's picked up by Davis. Plays it ahead for Shakopee and shot the length of the ice. And that will force Moorhead back. And here is Mickelson. Broken up at the blue line and now played back. This is Evan Warner over the line. Warner working there against Steinhoff behind the goal. Drops it, top of the circle. Ferguson over to Mickelson at the right. 7 seconds in the power play. Now Zimmerman in the slot, fires, and that's wide. Long carom comes to the left point. Mickelson, as Shakopee comes back to full strength. Mickelson centers it, backhand by Zimmerman, scores! And Zach Zimmerman puts it away, his 8th goal of the season with a minute 38 to go. And an old-fashioned backhander, top shelf. Time of the goal, 15:22. And Moorhead home and dry here with a minute 38 to go. And a timeout taken now by Shakopee with a minute 38 left and a 3-goal deficit. So, get the announcement. And Mickelson gets the assist. So Mickelson has a goal and an assist today, as does Zach Zimmerman. Max Cullen, a 4-point game, 2 goals and 2 assists. And the Spuds will improve to 11-1. Shakopee on the shorthanded goal by Davis, tying the game at 3-3 at the 2:45 mark of the period. But then it all fell apart. Bergeson at 5:40, Max Cullen at 9:22, and now Zach Zimmerman at 15:22, a minute 38 to play. And the Sabres will fall to 9-3 in this event. Now played to center, and Hugh from the Steinhoff plays it in, a minute and a half to go. Goaltender coming off with a minute 28 to go. They're just trying to work on it, perhaps. Now a centering pass comes through to the far side, and it's picked up. Moorhead has a 2-on-1, and Seamus Campbell not able to play it ahead, but it's offside. So we'll get a face-off with a minute 16 to go at neutral. And that will bring Houston back on. Played ahead, and now shot ahead by Tocqueville. Loose in the Moorhead zone. And Moore pushes and shoves, and now Steinhoff comes in and throws a hit. Then he gets hit in turn. Face-off will come at neutral ice. At center, played ahead, and now it's poked away by Herman. Last minute of play, and Herman drops it down deep, and Shakopee will take it to the right corner. Played out to center ice, and over the line comes Klein. And he takes it, and he is knocked in against the boards by Steffen. Klein trying to battle his way through, but he's fighting Zimmerman at the same time, and now the puck winds up along the wall with 33 seconds to go. Centering pass, laid off, up the slot. Here's a shot, save made, rebound, and loose at the right edge. Oh, my goodness, how do they not score? Now loose in the high slot, comes to the near side, and Klein with 19 seconds to go to the right point. Hugh throws it in front, it's off sticks, and now here's a drive. Save made by the goaltender Arnold on a shot from the left point by Cooper Siegert. And boy, it's a good shot. And a couple of good chances for Shakopee to pull one back in the last seconds here. 11 seconds to go, and a face-off to the right of the Moorhead goal. Sabres get it with 9 seconds to go. Here's a shot off the outside of the net by Steinhoff. And with 3 seconds to go, a backhanded shot knocked down, and the game is over. And Moorhead comes up with 4 in the third period, and they beat Shakopee by a score of 6-3. Moorhead with 13 shots in the third period, total of 27. And Shakopee with 8 in the third period, game total of 21. 4-point night for Max Cullen. 2 more goals and 2 more assists gives him 25 for the season. And Moorhead, more importantly, goes to 11-1. Shakopee goes to 9-3. St. Thomas Academy and Edina close us out. Going to be a good one here. We'll have it for you next on the Youth Hockey Hub.
Everyone knows Luther does it all, but did you know you can do it all? At home,
I just sold my car.
on your phone,
I just got pre-approved.
I just scheduled an oil change.
whenever, wherever.
I just bought a new car.
Anything and everything, whenever and wherever. LutherAuto.com. You can do it all.
In life, we all need a little help to reach our summit. Whatever your summit looks like, it's easier to reach when your body is strong and healthy. At Summit Orthopedics, our team of highly specialized physicians listens to and values every one of our patients. We take a conservative approach to care to get you back to your healthy and active lifestyle. Reach your summit. Summit Orthopedics. Visit summitortho.com to make an appointment